Hello everyone, this is forest using and protecting. Let's see what is a forest. Forest is a highly complex and it is constantly changing environment made up of a variety of living things and as well as non-living things. Whereas trees plays the biggest role in this complex community. Complex community means it consists of each and everything which is present in a forest, which exists in a forest, that is non-living, with maybe a living or a non-living plants to ferns, lichens, algae, animals to microscopic animals to larger animals, everything, water, nutrients, air, soil, everything comes under a forest. So it's a mainly of trees, and mainly the major part plays by a trees, and it also buffers the earth, and this in turn creates a special environment and which will affect the uh, uh, plants and animals which are present in a particular forest. And in the forest is also affected by a type of rainfall and climate, temperature and soil terrains, and the weather condition in there in a particular forest. Whereas Himalayas region possesses a variety of vegetation which we won't find in other parts of India, and because it is located in a higher altitude, it has a alpine type of vegetation, and the climatic factors also affect the type of forest present in a particular region on a landform. And depending upon the type of rainfall and the climatic condition, it is divided into four actually. That is tropical evergreen, deciduous, tropical thorn forest, and littoral or a swamp forest or a mangrove forest. Let's see where we can find this type of forest are. These tropical wet evergreen forest we find in Western Ghats, semi-evergreen we find in lower hills of Western Ghats, moist deciduous forest in Dehradun and Mahabaleshwar, damp forest in Sundarbans, Bengal Delta and Andaman, dry deciduous in Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and tropical thorn forest in Delhi, Punjab, Gujarat, tropical dry evergreen Eastern Ghats, that is Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. And this is a picture of a tropical wet evergreen forest, and this is a semi-evergreen forest. This type of forest we call it as a moist deciduous forest, and this is a damp forest or a mangrove forest we find in Andaman, Bengal deltas or Sundarbans. And a tropical rainforest, which are evergreen forest which receives a heavy rainfall, which where the trees are or the forest are dense, that is here they are fully covered with the trees, a particular area which is fully having a larger trees, and the plants present in a particular forest have no such season to shed their leaves. And the plants or the trees we find in this type of forest are mahogany, ebony and rosewood, and this type of forest we find in Andaman Nicobar, eastern state or northern eastern states, and then narrow strips of western slope of Western Ghats are the home of this forest. But and sorry, this tropical rainforest having a rainfall of more than 250 centimeters actually, and the tropical semi-evergreen and the tropical evergreen forest comes under this category, and these are the dense forest. This is a picture of a dense forest, and the plants we find in this type of forest are jamun, canes and bamboos and kadam flowers. And the trees present in this type of forest are more than 45 meters in height, and we find shrubs, lichens, epiphytes are abundant, that is they are more in number. And we find these all in forest in Karnataka, Andaman Hills, Assam, Bengal, Andaman Nicobar and western coast and other parts. And the next is the tropical deciduous forest, which is of two types, that is dry and moist. Moist tropical moist deciduous forest receives a rainfall of 200 to 200 to 100 centimeters, and the plants comes under this category are teak, which is a dominant species. We find a teak plant more abundant in this type of forest, and other trees like bamboo, sal, shisham, sandalwood, khair, kusum, arjun, mulberry are the otherly, and these are the used for commercial purpose. And the next category comes under this main category is the dry deciduous forest which receives a rainfall between 100 to 70 centimeters, and the plants which comes under this are teak, sal, people, neem will grow in this, and this type of forest are mainly used for grazing or grazing animals, and also they are this type of forest are cleared for vegetation or cultivation purposes also. And these are the some plants which you find in this type of category, that is acacia, arjun tree, bandaru tree, and a gittegi, and this is a teak plants used for commercial purposes. And third one is the thorn forest and the scrubs, and this type of forest receives a rainfall of less than 70 centimeters, and the natural vegetation are the thorny trees, means the leaves are modified into thorns, and we find mostly the bushes here, and also the if plant trees are also present, their roots penetrate deep into the soil so that they can absorb the moisture, and the stems will be succulent, and leaves are small or thorny, which will minimize the evaporation or transpiration. And we find this type of in this type of forest are plants are or trees are acacia, palms, euphorbias, and cacti, and animals like rats, mice, rabbits, fox, wolf, tiger, lion, wild ass, horses, and camels. And these are the picture of the thorny forest, thorny or scrub vegetation. And the trees we find in this type of forest are babul tree, tega, and sitafal, boduga, neem tree, and this is a dry deciduous forest, and they also shed their leaves in a particular season, and after rainy season they will again the leaves will grow. And next fourth and the last one is the mangrove forest, which we find this type of forest near the coast or the deltas, and these type of trees will have a roots which will penetrate into the water or into the silt mud, and they will and these are like of Ganga and Mahanadi, the Krishna, Godavari, and Kaveri are covered with this type of vegetation, and these are provide hard timber. And the trees we find in this type of vegetation, in this type of forest, are palm, coconut, kora, agar also grow in some parts of the delta, and these are the roots which will penetrate into the water, and these are the saline waters. They have the ability to grow in a saline water, that is salt water, near coast, that is seas or oceans, and they will examples of some trees, that is Upuponna, Boduponna, and these are the districts of the Telangana where we find this type of plants. And this is the Himalayan region picture, where you have a evergreen forest, and these are very tall, having needle-like leaves. And this is a picture of a deodar forest in Gulmarg, Himalayas. This is a deciduous forest, and the most of the forest of Telangana will fall under this category only. And thorny forest, we have seen Rega, Sitafal, everything comes under this. And the forest which comes under the deciduous forest, we find deciduous forest in Adilabad, Warangal, Khammam, Nizamabad, Karimnagar, and some areas of Mehbubnagar districts. And the thorny forest we find in districts like Nalkonda, Mehbubnagar, and some parts of Medak districts. And these are the districts of the Telangana. You have to locate it. So the littoral forest or the swamp forest, which are mostly we found this type of forest near the sea coast and on sandy beaches or marshy lands, and the lands affected by tidal waves. So they have adapted or having a unique feature to tolerate salt water, and they will flow off tidal waves also. That's why they have a unique feature to survive in difficult environment too. And the examples which comes under this type of forest or the trees are the Upuponna, Boduponna, are the areas or the districts comes under Telangana which have the forest area which is covered by forest, this green part. The status of forest in Telangana. How much area of the land has to be covered with trees or forest, that is 26,904 according to the government, but which is the 24% of the land of that is 1/4 of the Telangana region. But only how much forest, how much percent of land is covered with forest? That is only 16%, and remaining 7% having open grounds and few trees. And because of the some fellings, encroachment, and mining, etc., are the some other reasons, we lost 30 square kilometers of the forest. So we have to initiate something to regain this forest. So initiations or the steps taken by the Telangana government are the plantation program in 2015 to increase the forest cover. So then they have planned to plant a 230 crores of saplings in 4 years, and where these saplings should be planted, that is both sides of the road, tank burns in all public places, schools, colleges, universities, hospitals, premises of offices, everywhere they want to plant these saplings so that they can achieve the goal of 230 crores of plantation in 4 years. And so these plants also have a huge benefits, like we can have a heavy rainfall or a high rainfall, abundant water sources we can have, and also trees also prevent soil erosion and protects the nature. So government is focusing on plantation of saplings, and these are the key points, which is preservation, restoration, and improvement of natural and social environment is a major issue all over the world, not only in Telangana but all over the world. That's why in this plan, Telangana government has focused on conservation of natural resources. That is, we should protect our natural resources and prevention of pollution. So some adaptation should be adopted to control pollution and the sustainable use of land. No exploitation of land for buildings, bridges, everything, or selling them for commercial purposes. Not that, like it should come under the forest only, forest department only, and there should be only trees.